Now you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Thick and Thin Podcast. My name is William Henderson.
And I'm Ebon.
And we are recording on a Sunday this week, the Lord's Day, the ninth day of the third month of the year of our Lord 2025. Why do they say that?
Why do they say what?
The year of our Lord.
I don't know. I feel like that's a British thing. And
The year of our Lord,
I don't know.
1345.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure why they do that, but it just...
That's how it's like AD, right? Is basically what they're saying.
Anno Domini, yeah. Oh, there you go.
What?
Answer
That stands for after death. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Sure.
None of this Latin bullshit. It's obviously English language.
Uh-huh.
And what does BC stand for, if not before Christ?
I used to know that, but I can't remember it's Latin though. I think
Whatever,
you Western
dude.
folk just came up with the before Christ, after death thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, we translated the Bible. What we were going to do, just fucking leave it Latin.
But I mean, Anno Domini, the translation is the year of our Lord, so I mean, that tracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm stupid.
That's your Latin lesson for today?
So, the year after our Lord's death of 2025, we are here. I had a bagel yesterday morning, and I went to get the cream cheese out. Mm-hmm. Well, I did get the cream cheese out. And whipped cream cheese, by the way, which is a game changer.
Mm-hmm. Especially the spreadability, for sure.
And I'm the kind of person where I like to just glob on the cream cheese. Like, I love cream cheese on a bagel. And the normal one, it's like I can never get it thick enough because it's just
like the brick style?
The
stiff? Okay.
I can never put it on like thick enough because it's too thick. So it just doesn't, I don't know. Does that make sense? Like there's a weird like spreading thing where it's like you can't put on too much or it's too
well, I mean, you have to scoop not a little at a time, but a small enough amount of time to where it, it's no wider than the width of a bagel, the radius rather, and then you use your knife to,
Yeah. But what I'm saying is once you get too much cream cheese on, if you try to put another like thick thing on, it's not going to slide off your
oh, that's true.
Your knife. Mm-hmm. Because there's already so much slickness underneath. There's nothing for it to grab onto.
Agreed.
So the whipped cream cheese is fucking awesome because you can just like spoonfuls of it and just spread it around willy-nilly. It's great. Anyway, so I went to take that off and it was like a third eaten and the film was still on and like crinkled up like an old lady's hand, like reaching in to get the cream cheese. And it was like, ugh. Like when I first opened it, my genuine reaction was, ugh.
Because the film was on there?
Yeah. And it's like, ugh, ugh. First of all, ugh. It's touching, ugh. The air. It's like touching the air. And then and then it's like just sitting within the cream cheese.
It wasn't flatly laying?
No, it was like crinkled.
But I feel like you probably crinkled it.
No, I did not. I haven't opened that yet. I don't know where we got that. I wonder if your mom brought it. By the way, happy birthday, Ebon's mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
I think she like used some of it and then brought it for us.
No,
and so
I don't think so.
So this was you, is what you're admitting to.
I think it was you, because I'm always strategic and keeping it flat with the lid. I think that might have been you, Mr. Take the film off.
There's absolutely no way in hell I'm opening a new thing of cream cheese and not removing the entire film. There's just no way. There's a 0% chance that happens.
What if you, like yesterday, I'm sure I had used it first, so maybe you just didn't remove it.
No. No. Because I took it off yesterday entirely. As soon as I opened it, I was like, ugh.
I would not be leaving it crinkled up like that.
Yeah. I don't think that you actively decided for it to crinkle up. I think it just did that as like a a post-mortem thing where it's like, I serve no more purpose. It's like, I have no reason to be here. It knows it even. It's just shriveling up.
I don't know about that.
I do. I saw it.
Pixar didn't happen.
2 hands.
Pixar didn't happen.
I'll dive through that trash just to find it.
But it's already been smashed in the trash. I have plausible deniability.
This is ridiculous. It was crazy. It was like touching part of the cream cheese on the inside too. So I was like, oh, that might be dirty. Just have like fucking molecules on it.
Okay.
Gross.
So is this your way of saying there's no point in leaving the film on there?
Yeah. I'm saying it doesn't serve the purpose that you think it does.
It doesn't sound like I left it that way.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Who else would have left it?
I don't know. But it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Na, 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 na. It wasn't me. Na, 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 na. As you were.
If somebody can remake that song, but instead of someone cheating on their significant other, it's someone leaving the top on the cream cheese, that would be a hilarious parody.
That would be very hilarious.
That would be awesome. We would play it on here for sure.
Yes.
Anyway, that's my gripe with you this week.
Oh, okay. I still maintain plausible deniability, though. Yeah. Because that does not sound like how I would leave it.
Okay. Even though literally just last week. Was it not last week that you were
no, I agree to leaving the film on, but I would make sure it's still like covering the hole before putting the lid back on it. I would not leave it crumpled like that. That's what I'm maintaining.
It's crazy that you think you have control over that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild, dude. That's wild. I just... Whatever. So what's going on with you?
Nothing. Oscars were a disappointment because my people didn't win.
The Oscars were a disappointment.
The opening number that Ariana and Cynthia did pay off. I anticipated they would do a medley of Wicked songs when in actuality they did a medley of songs from Wizard of Oz related movies. So
well, how many are there?
Well, they did 3. So Ariana.
How many movies related to Oz are there?
Musical ones? Well, now 3.
Musical? No, hold on. No,
there's Wizard of Oz. There's The Wiz, and then there's Wicked.
Oh, okay. I guess if you count The Wiz, yeah. Yeah. All right. That makes sense.
So Ariana did, I think, Over the Rainbow from Wizard of Oz. Cynthia did.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Here we go, making a country
way
again.
Up high.
I'm impressed though that you lost the Michigan I in that high.
Oh, that's how I get rid of it.
Is go extreme in the other direction?
Yeah. Why? Oh, why? What is it?
Why? Oh, why can't I?
Can't I?
That's the
somewhere over the rainbow.
Skies are blue.
Skies are blue.
And the dreams.
And the dreams that I dreamed of.
And the dreams that you dare to dream really
dare to dream. Whatever, let's move on. I don't know the lyrics. I was expecting for you to feed them to me.
I'm sorry. I assumed you knew most of them. Anyway.
Nobody knows somewhere, like beyond somewhere over the rainbow unless you've like actively sung it.
It's kind of one of those standards that
people
if you're
just
a singer, know.
Yeah, but every
Who
word.
on here is doing country stuff?
Somewhere. All right. Whatever. What were we talking? What were we saying?
Anyway, I was saying that's the only aspect that really lived up to the hype. Cynthia did a song from The Wiz, Home, I think. I might be misquoting which song. And then they both did Defying Gravity. And in true Cynthia form, when she did the money stuff from Defying Gravity, she's just up there singing like it's just effortless. Like nice. She's just like, I'm at a stoplight getting coffee. Like so, but yeah, Conclave. I don't think got any. Wicked got costuming, which was well deserved, and like another technical.
I guess
one.
I'm not terribly surprised that Conclave didn't win anything because of the simplicity of the movie.
I know, but it was such a good
simple.
story, though.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. It was a great movie. I think for people that like to think and like, but that's not most of America.
Number seems to be shrinking now.
Yeah. So, but another headline from the Oscars.
Well, let me give some backstory for those who aren't aware. So back in, I don't remember what year. Sorry, let me make sure I remember correctly. Oh, so okay, back in the day.
Okay.
I had to realize how far back to go. So usually the previous winner in the opposite gendered category would announce that award. So Adrian Brody, Once Upon a Time.
The previous winner in the opposite gendered category.
So that means
that doesn't make any
So that means
sense.
the previous year's Best Actress winner on the following year would give the award for the Best Actor.
Right. I'm thinking like, well, they should do it for like the same category.
Which
but what if they're
well, that's true. This year they did do the same gender, but anyway, so
okay.
So back when Adrian Brody won his first Oscar, I don't know what year, Halle had won for Best Actress the prior year, so she was the one giving him the award. And when he walked up to accept it, he swooped her in this like 1930s dip, full-on mouth kiss. Like there probably was some tongue involved.
Weird.
Very.
Also, we should preface this with, if you've never met an actor, they're fucking weird. Like, drama kid in high school up to Adrian Brody and Halle Berry. These people are fucking weird. They're psychos. They don't think about societal norms like we do. So it's just like everything is askew, askance, a fuck.
Okay. So
moving on.
Since Adrian Brody won the Oscar again this year for The Brutalist, Halle decided to recreate the kiss from before, only she's initiating it. So this is the video of said kiss. Let's go and watch it.
Uncomfortable. She's trying to dip him, and she's like, I'm not strong enough.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like, ooh, let me come on back.
Oh my god, this is Access Hollywood douchebag. Oh my god, I'm witnessing a history.
Replay it again because his...
Oh, is that Mario Lopez?
No, that's the person that he's involved with. That's like his woman that she's doing this in front of.
Hold on. Hold on. I need you to re-say that. What?
So the woman that Halle talks to at the end is Adrian Brody's significant other. Actually, Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife.
I was talking about this guy on the left.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, but so this girl on the right, with the white lady, with the super white hand, you can see her veins.
No, she's not holding the mic.
Oh, all right.
She's just standing there because
she
and her man just walked the red carpet.
You're Adrian Brody's girlfriend, and you have to be a reporter to get on red carpet.
That'd be weird.
Sorry, Georgina. You dumb white slut. Let me fucking kiss your man and show him how a black woman does it.
Okay, hit play.
You could see
that
him
is Mario Lopez. Okay. Yeah.
He's
like, I didn't take a breath.
He's like blowing into her mouth, like you do to a dog when you don't want it to lick you in the face. That's what it looked like he was doing. I just want to look at his cheeks. Watch his cheeks when this happens.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, that lady. Okay.
Yeah.
Super white. Okay. So here comes the kids. Watch his cheeks.
What if she has stank breath?
Probably not. It's Halle Berry. There's no way. There's nothing on her that
she
stinks.
could have had some.
Don't ruin this for every man in America.
Okay. I'm just saying, what if?
Her shit doesn't even stink. But it is weird. That lady's so uncomfortable.
Well, and so I've seen a lot of dudes and ladies posing the question like, how would you act if you're Georgina Chapman in this moment?
I mean, you can't make a big deal of it.
Not on camera, you can't.
Exactly. I don't know. This is just like, again, this is just like actor shit where they're like, yeah,
Georgina's not an actor.
This is kind of normal. Yeah, but she's married to one. Like she understands what
she's involved with one. Like, again, yeah. Also, I don't know if you heard me. She is Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife. She divorced him after all his shit blew up.
So she definitely understands. Act like.
What if she's experiencing some PTSD right now? Like, not another one, all up in somebody else's stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just like. I think they're bringing their weird actor shit into the public eye, and it's like, you're supposed to do that backstage. You know, like, go fuck each other, like, in, like, private. You know, like, that's fine. I assume that they all do.
Okay.
And like, but we don't need to know about it. Or, like, they're, like, I'm sure, like, oh, we have a kissing scene in this movie. Do you want to practice? And they just go make out for, like, 2 hours or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird shit. But they're like, yeah, I'm working. Mm-hmm. And their significant other is probably, like, they're either okay with it because money, or they get off on it, and they're also an actress, and mm-hmm. they just get it, and they're just like, they just don't care.
Okay, so you blow up as a comedian. Are you? Is that something that you would do?
I'm smushing her face away from me, especially if you're standing 5 feet away. I'm looking at you, and I'm just putting my hand right in her face and pushing it into the ground.
So roles switched. If I'm an actress, and you're Georgina, how are you acting? Or how would you feel?
You're not stopping it. Mm-hmm. You're letting it happen. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're having a discussion in that limo. We're gonna have a talk on the way home. Hey, Mr. What's our driver's name?
Cecil. I don't know. Look, we can link this.
Cecil?
I don't know. That seems like a driver name.
The lion? Like the lion?
Cecil. How about Cecil?
Cecil, put up the divider, please. And he goes, brr, and it goes up, and I go, what the fuck was that?
Okay, look, let me add another scenario. What if it's like our celebrity crushes?
Have you worked with this person?
Does it matter? So what if I'm the actress and it's like Henry Cavill or something?
Am I nobody? Do I not have a place to live? Like, do I not have a career without you? Is my point. Like,
she does. Georgina does. So yeah, let's say she has.
What is she?
She's like the head of some like luxe fashion house or something. She got her own money.
Was this before or after Weinstein?
Well, that I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, I lost my train of thought.
So you're wealthy and successful in your own right. I'm an actress, and Henry Cavill just pulled up as Halle Berry to do. Now, does that make a difference? Not to say that Adrian Brody is anything, or I guess Henry Cavill, would be comparable to Halle Berry.
Because we've had this discussion before of like
celebrity passes.
Yeah, I just have to like. Well, I mean, this is what we agreed to. So I just have to take that.
Okay.
But like, just like somebody else because something happened I'm like, you don't need to do that.
True. Okay.
I would probably go to fucking TMZ and be like, this dude raped my wife on the red carpet. I'm gonna have to edit that out probably. But it's just weird. It's like if you did that in any other situation,
it would be problematic.
I mean, she's getting slapped, or you know what I'm saying? Like she's getting her hair pulled. Like there's gonna be an issue. A tit's coming out during the fight. Like it's gonna be with these dresses. Are you kidding me?
True.
So
if I were Georgina and this is you and some other, you're just going to feel the heat of the glare I'm giving you. I would just be like,
yeah, I know. That's why I'm doing the face smush. And on top of that, he's like got his arms around her waist and shit, like holding her, like looking at his wife, being like, "This is what I want you to feel like."
But also,
I wish you were this thin.
She is. Georgina's thin. You can't see
Yeah,
her
but look
body,
at her
but
face. It's pudgy.
she I thought it was weird that I mean, I get the moment they were referencing in her doing this, but at the same time I'm like, as a black woman, Halle, I'm like, why would you do that?
Do it on stage. Do it at the...
Don't do it.
But, like, isn't that where it happened before? It was, like, at the podium.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is just like, oh, I just want to kiss him.
But she wasn't
Like.
she wasn't the one giving him the award, so she wasn't even on stage this go round.
Then you don't get to kiss him.
I agree.
That's the bottom line. It would have been better if she interrupted his speech to go up and, like, kiss him.
After that Will Smith thing, you think
Anybody's getting out of their seat?
Yeah, you think everybody's not going to get jittery if somebody's pulling
but
up to them stairs?
You don't think Adrian Brody can handle Halle Berry?
You think he would react on stage?
Throwing her off that stage.
Oh, that would
He's
be
in
a
a
bigger
movie
problem.
called The Brutalist. He's like, bitch, I will show you what I learned.
Oh my, that would incur so much backlash.
Just fucking chokeslam her off the stage. It's Monday Night Raw.
No. But yeah, I thought it was weird that Halle chose to do it like that, and to even acknowledge the inappropriateness by like, sorry, Georgina, I'm gonna suck face with your man right quick.
For sure. Hold on. Just stand by, white lady.
Yeah.
I'll be done in a moment sucking face with your dude. This would be, I think, my reaction if it was an unexpected thing.
You mean like the red carpet kiss thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God.
I just don't think we're very compatible. I'm sorry.
Is this dude an adult? Because it gives 13-year-old kid to me.
This would have been mean, and the red carpet, just like, if it's not Henry Cavill.
Oh my God. The woman's voice sounded like a grown woman, but this person does not look like a grown man.
Can I tell you what is real? There's a part of this that we're not seeing.
What?
Is that she was ready for this, and
well, yeah,
that's
obviously
why
she set up a camera,
right?
Yeah.
She's videoing it, so she's presenting as like way more like probably nice than she actually is. Like, first of all, you're not gonna let someone down this nicely, but also record it. That's fucked up.
But
like,
also
there's too much of a
fact that she's recording it tells me he showed some problematic tendencies already.
Okay, that might be true.
And so she was like, nobody's gonna believe. Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe in the past, he was like, let's go out for sushi, and she was like, I don't like sushi. Let's go have McDonald's. And this was his reaction before. She was like, nobody's gonna believe me. Let me set it up.
Right.
But doesn't this person look like a child though? Does he look past 18 to you?
He looks Asian.
Okay.
So it's hard to.
I mean,
gauge.
I know Asians don't raisin, as the saying goes, but
exactly. No, he's
this
probably in high school.
person. But that woman's voice, the person's voice sounds at least late 20s to me.
But also, I mean, let's take a look at where we're at. Let's take a look at our surroundings, if we will.
Okay.
If we shall, if you will, if we can. Background, brick wall. I mean, what are these called? Cinder blocks.
Yeah.
I mean, what restaurant? Like, where are we?
This
looks like maybe a
nice
backyard.
one. Look at the top. It's like decorated. It's probably like a patio of a restaurant.
I see the top of someone's house on the other side. This is a backyard. This is someone's backyard. Yeah.
Who uses cloth napkins on the table?
Well, I think he's trying really hard. I think.
Oh, you think this is like his backyard or his home?
His parents' backyard. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like, "I'm gonna have a date. I'm gonna have a date over, and we're going to eat out back."
But
do you think you can make us steaks,
Here's
Dad?
the problem with that logic: is if this is a first date, who's bringing someone to their house on their first date?
Someone that reacts like this when they don't get a second date. Oh, now here, okay. See, definitely a touch of tism in this, for sure.
Yeah. I still think this is a public place. Listen to the noises. There's people.
Oh,
It's
he's
a
putting it
restaurant.
at his own wrist. Oh my god,
I
this
didn't
is
really-
wild.
Wait, what?
He's considering all the options. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill everybody in here.
Oh god.
No, he's going through all the stages of grief real quick. This is
For
kind
real.
of this is like they should show this in psychology classes.
Yeah.
Like they're like, here, we'll show a video of someone going through all 9 stages of grief in 18 seconds.
But does he ever get to acceptance though?
Let's find out. Bro, I hope you're in your backyard if you're going,
No, I think it's a public place. It's a patio of a restaurant because it sounds like restaurant noises.
what restaurant has this shitty cinder block as their fucking...
But
It's in downtown Riverside. That's what it is.
logically, this should not be at somebody's home on the first date with that many people based on those noises.
You're right.
How are we doing over here?
Oh, there's a waiter. So
Okay.
how we doing over here? Do you think he saw what was going on? He's like, I better go
Probably
make sure.
Probably.
I think we're good. I think we'll just get the check.
I just want the check.
Here's my card.
They don't even look like they ate.
Yeah, because the flatware's still in the napkin.
Huh.
Okay, I have a whole bunch of comments now with all this
All right.
context. Okay, first of all, if this is him asking for a second date, it's even more disturbing that he showed problematic behavior enough for her to be like, nah, and let me record this because you crazy.
Yeah.
See, Bo concurs. And also, why does she accept? Like, what outing number? I mean, is this I don't know. It's like, why did you come here? From the lady's perspective, why does she opt to meet him again to just break up with him on camera? Because I'm sorry, if somebody's exhibiting this kind of behavior to where I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking with you no more. You getting a text because I'm scared.
I mean, that's kind of why I'm like, I don't believe that this chick is as good of a person as she's probably leading on.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that he's like that this is okay. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's
right.
not what I'm saying. But I think there are two sides to this.
Yeah. Bo, it's okay.
But I mean, that's the sound that he's making. That thing.
Why not?
Why
I
not?
just don't think we're very compatible.
Do you know, it's like, why is this your go-to? That's
You mean
always
the guys? Why is that his
yeah.
go-to?
Like how is this your reaction? Like I understand like being sad.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Just close the door. Lock his ass out. I understand being sad. I understand. You could cry.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that.
For a second date? Someone's gonna cry over not getting a second date?
If you've never been in this situation before, and you don't know how to handle this, you've never been rejected. Think about like, especially like this kid's. They're probably 19 years old, maybe even younger, and like they don't experience rejection. Like they just don't. Like they've never been like, this assignment was bad. They're
Well,
like, you know what I'm saying? It's always like, let's try this again. It's like, they're never like, this sucked.
Well, this either tells me that this reaction, he's used to acting like this to turn the tides in his favor.
Or you think she'll be like, okay, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
But like, dude, you don't want that.
Exactly. Also, this is weird to me. I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else too.
I'm not the person to help you get back on it.
I know.
So.
What was I going to say?
I don't
Dang
know.
it.
Should we watch it again and see if
watch
it
and
pops
see
in
if
your
it
head?
comes back to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He looks like Harry Potter. He could be Harry Potter in the new series.
True.
Dude, you got a future. You don't need this chick. I'm gonna use my anime moves. Go ahead.
Well, you'd mentioned like he's not used to rejection. I don't know. That's, to me, that adds another like hash mark to the whole participation trophy mindset of dealing with kids. Like,
For sure.
you need to tell them no sometimes
Yeah.
early so they can be like, okay, and get on with life. Like, if this kid has never been told no at this big age, yeah, he's gonna have problems in life.
Yeah, I had girls turn me down in elementary school, middle school, but those are the times when you're supposed to get it because it
Right.
doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
And it might not feel good, but it's not. But you need those
Right.
experiences.
I mean, rejection at any aspect in your life never feels good, but it's
Right.
like you have to have had the upbringing and maturity to be like, it's not the end of the world.
Right.
She's not the only fish in the sea or whatever, you know,
And that's what I'm
ends
saying.
up there.
This kid grew up playing video games
Mm-hmm.
where, like, you always succeed.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even have hard video games. You know, when we had video, they didn't. We had video games as kids, like on Super Nintendo, where it was like, you're not supposed to beat this. Like, it was so hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The ending of the original Mario game is fucking
Yeah, it
impossible.
is. Yeah, it is.
It is so hard. Even like the old like Aladdin game, first like Sega Genesis or whatever it was like,
It's
who-
meant for
who
you
is
to have to
playing
try
this?
75,000
Exact-
times before
it's
you
like,
do it.
They're like, oh, we have what, 100 kilobytes to work with. We have to make it extremely difficult. So it's all about replayability.
Mm-hmm.
And like they did away with that because they wanted people to actually enjoy playing games. So they were like, let's let people actually beat the games. But now there's no like, now you have like difficulty levels and like, oh, this is too hard. I'm just going to make it easier. So you like always succeed. Or you could just skip missions now. Like,
Which is lame.
Which is a thing which you never used to do. Like in
No.
Grand Theft Auto, you never, like after like failing so many times now, you can just be like, I don't want to have
Right.
to deal with this.
Right.
But that never used to be the case. And so like, I think, I mean, especially for a kid like this, who I hate to make assumptions, but he looks like he spent a lot of time playing video games.
Or at least not socializing.
Or at least
yeah.
not socializing. And I think like he's just used to like in his world, just like everything's a yes, success, success.
And
yes,
when it's
I win.
not,
I
I
get the
act
thing.
like this, and then they change their mind.
Exactly. I fucking I type on my board to the fucking makers of the developers of the game. I'm like, this is stupid. And then they go, okay, we'll look into it. And they go, that's right. I have fucking opinions. You know?
Oh, this is just so disturbing.
Yeah. He's like that. Oh, she's not scared of that. Oh, what about this? She doesn't care if I die either.
Damn. Wow.
That's great.
Woman shares her date's reaction after she turned on this. But what is this? Is this like, I want to know, is this date one? Is this like you guys had a coffee meetup and then this is your first real date? Like,
Maybe.
I need information as to how she already knew he would react like this
Yeah.
before the second date.
He's probably mad because he spent $57 on this meal right now, and he's like, dude, I'm in college. That's like my weekly allowance from my parents.
Yeah.
I was trying to get some pussy
Let's
for
see
the
some
first time in my
I
life.
want to see some of the comments.
Okay. You definitely dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
And the villain arc
Well,
begins.
that is a villain origin story right there.
Yeah, not a whole lot, surprisingly. Wait,
Yeah.
how do I view? Is there a way to view more? Is this like the top ones? Whatever. It's probably because I'm not logged in or anything.
Oh yeah.
I love his sound.
I
want that to be my text tone.
to me, it's the face that it like clenches and then the fork thing, obviously, but the face is what to me gives 13-year-old.
I'm trying to make it. I can't.
Oh,
I can't do the lip out like you. Of course, you can't see my creases in my chin like his. Oh, he goes back to anger.
He's like, let me try this. Oh no.
Actually, here's my phone.
Now I want to like, did they ride here together?
I hope not.
You know, like she has to sit through. She's like, "Fuck,
I
please
bet
don't
you
drive
she's
this
calling
off
a damn
of me."
Uber after this. She ain't
For
right.
sure,
She ain't
for
getting in the
sure.
car. I don't even think he
No.
can drive.
He's like, "Do you want me to give you a ride home?" She's like, "No, I'll find my own way."
I'll walk the 17 miles.
He's like, "Do you want me to get you an Uber?" He's like, Nah, I think I'll just meet a guy at the bar here.
I'll take my chances on a random stranger.
For real.
Than dealing with your nutty ass.
Yeah. Definitely better dick.
Oof. Oh, you said, crying. He does cry.
There he goes. That's the acceptance.
Is that acceptance, though?
Yeah, once you start crying, that's acceptance. Because now you're like, it's hitting you that you can't do anything about it.
Oof.
Ah, that's fun. That's fun. I can tell you if we ever break up, it won't go like that.
I would hope not.
I've been through my share, and
Same.
yeah, it sucks. Breaking up sucks.
For me, I don't think I've ever broken down or even shown grief with a breakup. I'll save that for my private moment, like in the face of the person. It's just like, okay, bye. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. There's a certain element of wanting to maintain your dignity
for sure
that this guy clearly wasn't aware of as an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. I kind of want another cup of coffee. Can we take a break and then can we come back? All right,
Sure.
we'll take a quick break. All right, and we're back. I got a fresh cup of coffee. My sister texted me.
Uh-oh.
Was it? Oh, it was this morning actually. She said, "Dad is now consulting me for purchases, asking if it's something I would use when he dies."
Oh gosh.
"I am not getting all of this shit when he dies. I hope you know. I will fly your ass home to help me sort through and all." She's doing talk to text, so it's a little fucked up. So basically, like, my dad's like, I don't know if she's saying like he's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about buying this. Will it be something that you would make use of after I'm gone?" Or if he's like stuff around the house being like, "Do you want to buy this because I'm not using it and you'll get more use of it?" Like, I'm not sure like what she means by that. But then she said, aging parents needs to be a topic on yours and Ebon's podcast.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, I guess I don't like he doesn't come to me and been like, "Hey, when I die, do you?" Except for the house.
Okay.
But like we've gone. That was like the last time he was here. He like gave me a packet of papers and he was like, "This is for when I die." I was like, cool, dude. Thanks. Yeah, this is fun.
I hate thinking about parents passing away.
Yeah, I mean it's like one of those things where it's like it's a reality, and you have to you have to wrestle with it at some point, and especially like with him, because his dad died when he was really young. Well, not really young, but like he was a teenager.
That's young.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But like when I say really young, that makes it sound like he was like a child still.
Oh, okay.
Like so he was young, and so like and obviously like his dad could never like prepare his family for his death because it was abrupt. It was a heart attack. And so like my dad is very much like, I just want to make sure everything's like taken care of, and I want you to be ready for this because it is going to happen. I know. And it's weird because I'm trying to think, there was a time I went home after I'd moved here. I went home because the Tigers were in the playoffs. So I went to the playoff game back home.
It's an odd reason to remember that.
Ooh,
okay.
You know what? Maybe I did. Maybe it was when I was still in college. I think I was still in college, maybe. But anyway, but he was like, basically like, oh, like when I die, he was like, I don't want a funeral. He's like, if you guys like, if he's like, the funeral is for you guys. He's like, it's for people to come to you and like, you know, console you guys. He's like, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a fucking casket.
Right.
He's like, I want to be cremated, and then like, you guys are gonna have a party at the house or whatever, and like, so like, I don't know. He just doesn't want it to be like a hassle for us, and so he's just like trying to figure out as much as he can before it happens, so that we just have so little to do when it does happen.
But grieve, like
exactly. But I think that's kind of what he's thinking. He's like, that's going to be enough for you guys to handle. So like, I don't want you to have to worry about like financial, and like it's legally all going to be handled or whatever. So, or I guess legally when he's like, I think I get probably what's happening is he wants to make purchases and then he's like, I have to put this in a legal document somewhere where somebody has to get like ownership of it. I don't know how that works.
I mean, personal property is
it just goes to
next to kin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be children. I mean, assuming Michigan law is like California law, but, oh God, I don't know. Anytime, well, I mean, my mom had a health scare back in 2020, so that was as close to that scenario as I have ever been in my life, and that was terrifying.
Yeah.
And you know, she's mentioned aspects of what I would do or what she wants done, and I'm usually like, I don't want to think about it again. Let's not talk about this right now. Like I'm the one that's very uncomfortable with death talk.
I mean, I kind of forgot what I was going to say. The fact of the matter is, you'll never like really be ready for it. Like as much as like they want to like try to prepare you and like take as much like stress out of the situation as possible. It's like it's never gonna happen. Yeah. You'll never be ready for it. But I think, and it's kind of weird. Like when you really think of it, it's really weird. Like to like do like the giving of all this stuff like after death. It's very much like a. I hope this like eases the pain. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a weird thing where it's like, my dad's dead, but I just got like 2 years worth of salary, dog. Like after we sell the house and all his fucking shit that's in it, my sister and I we're gonna make out pretty good. Like, like I know that's messed up. I don't know. That's also the truth of it. Like that's the reality. Is like we're gonna get a nice little check.
I don't know. I would rather have the parent, obviously.
Right, for sure, but it's definitely going to help.
I guess.
It's better than having no parent and no money.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I can't.
But again, it's just a weird thing to even like conceptualize of like, you almost feel guilty, but it's like, well, that will help. Like, because you're going to take time off work, of course. I mean, unpaid time because they're cunts. And, for bereavement. And
fair.
And then, like, so you have to make up for that. And then I'm sure there will be stuff you have to pay for. Like, even though my dad's like, I don't want XYZ, I have a feeling we're going to be like, but I think we would like to do something for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that might come out of pocket. I don't know.
I don't know. As I've not obviously lost a parent, but I've lost my grandparents, which, lived in town and we were very close with. So... like for us with my grandparents, I feel like we didn't even, like my grandparents were very proactive in like prepaying for their funeral and this and that. So, I mean, that part we didn't have to worry about. But as far as like the disposition of their assets, like we didn't even tackle that until like months later.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Just because like.
So it's not in the movies where they like bring everybody into the room after the funeral.
Well, and keep in mind, I mean.
Your dad made this tape before he died.
Well, and that's not even something we had to tackle right away because first my grandfather died and then 2 years later my grandmother died. Sense. So it was months after my grandmother died that we were like, okay, I guess we're going to deal with this stuff. But.
God,
I mean, you're not gonna be in the.
Not looking forward to going through my dad's basement. Like you went down there, right? You saw it. It's just like, what am I gonna do with a saw from 1976? Well,
chances are, I mean, again, going back to when my grandparents passed away, and their house was stacked of stuff. It was, my mom and I would try, and then it's like. You would get, you would have the best intentions, like we're gonna be productive, and as soon as you hit something that triggers a memory, or then it's like you're back to grieving, and then it's like let's just close the door and come back later. Like
I can see that.
So am I
keep talking?
Oh. And it just now obviously if you have imminent bills or a mortgage is still existing, that obviously speeds up the time in which you have to consider stuff, but having gone through that on some level, it's like you're not going to be trying to do anything fast
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, if you are experiencing grief and potentially need some legal advice, Casey Anthony is now offering legal advice in the state of Florida. So if you need,
I would rather take legal advice from Whiskey and Tango.
I'd rather represent myself.
Yeah.
A new career as a legal advocate. I'm not really sure what that means precisely.
Does she know what it means?
Probably not. She was probably told by some like influencer online, like, you should be like Kim Kardashian and be a legal advocate. Isn't that what she's doing for like the
Yeah, but didn't Kardashian actually like go to law school or something? Like, I feel like she actually had some. I feel like that came out when.
Is that what they call Ray J's dick? Oh!
I feel like it came out when whatever she negotiated with Trump his first term. I thought it came out that she actually had some kind of legal knowledge or
she
something,
went into
which
the
I was
White
surprised.
House without a bar, and then went in with what came out with a bar.
I don't know. I remember being surprised that she actually knew stuff.
Well. When you have money, you can do any. You
Sure.
can get any piece of paper
Does
with your
Casey
name
Anthony
on
have
it.
money though? Because
Probably. She probably has more than you would like her to have. With as high profile as she probably wrote a book. She's probably been on pod. Like she's
because she can't do anything else
for
at
sure.
this point.
For sure. But
I feel like people see her come in with a job application and immediately they think of that. Hide your kids,
Absolutely.
hide your wife with her.
100%. But she's still got a face that people recognize. You should get Casey Anthony to like sell your diapers and shit. You can be like
Morbid, but
you
okay.
can be like be a better mom than me. Get Charmin or whatever the fuck.
Be a better mom than me. That's a low bar.
Yeah. Well,
I honestly feel like the only
that's
people
why
that would
it'll generate interest to everyone.
the only people who I could see coming to her for legal advice be like, you know what, I'm sick of these kids. Like, can you help me figure out
that? And they're like, listen, I killed 7 kids last night. What do? I know this is your specialty.
oh my god.
But I guess she has an elevator, or not an elevator pitch. This is 4 videos from her car. This is definitely a full-on pitch.
We're sweat to death.
No captions. So
Okay. Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025.
why didn't she edit that first part off?
Right?
Just cut that part off and start
Also-
with, today is Saturday.
I don't like how she says her S's right off the bat,
Oh
but
yeah, she's trying to
whatever.
be hot.
Go on, keep playing.
Look at this tattoo. What a slut tattoo. Is that a Barbie tattoo? Dude, like, what a location
I can't
for
tell what it is.
it. Terrible.
This is my first of probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting.
Oh, great. That means we have a new series starting. The Casey Anthony Chronicles.
Oh god.
I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011.
Is that when the incident occurred?
Sounds about right, yeah.
I love that she said since 2011, not since my daughter was murdered.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, since my daughter was murdered and I was
Allegedly.
was wrongfully accused. Like, hey, maybe you should say some shit. Like, what's your background? Like, what basis do you have to stand on this?
For those who don't know, what's the reason you have this legal know-how?
For those people that don't know me, I was accused, wrongfully, I will add, of murdering my 2 children, or murdering my child. It was my father, not me, okay? Right. Is that what they said? Is that what they came up with? Or did they even...
I think... I don't think they convicted somebody else.
They didn't convict anybody? They were just like, yeah, baby died.
No.
Really? No. That's what happens?
I think...
If you get it wrong the first try, if they get it wrong, they don't get to try again? They don't get to keep going? That's crazy.
If they found new evidence that somebody else could have been involved, yeah, they could try that person. But
what?
Just her getting acquitted does not automatically mean they got somebody else.
Well, no, but that means somebody else did it.
According to her.
According to the court. So if they say no, she didn't do it, they should be like, all right, I guess back to the drawing board. We got to go figure some more shit out. They just let this baby's death just be like, all right,
you would
it's done.
think, but isn't the whole court and the burden of proof thing is like, as regards her trial, the prosecution did not prove that she did do it. They did not present a case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
But I feel like that's still legal ease for like, we just didn't prove our case. That doesn't mean she didn't do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, but I find it weird that they're just like, all right, I guess nobody gets punished for this.
I mean, that's
like, were they like, it was determined that it was an accidental death?
I didn't follow the trial that closely, but
yeah, it's just like,
I just think the prosecution didn't prove their case. They did not prove her innocence.
That's so interesting to me that they just let it go.
John Bonet's case has never been solved.
But did they ever have like a trial?
Yeah.
They did?
I think, did they? Maybe that was just a search. But I remember them thinking, like, I remember it was heavily implied or thought that, like, the parents or, like, John Bonet's brother or sibling had something to do with it, but...
They just didn't have evidence.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's different if you don't have evidence and you can't even bring someone to court. I mean, she was charged.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you do that and then they go, nope, she didn't do it, it's like, oh, well, I guess we have to find someone. Like, it's crazy that that's not the thought of like, oh, we have to find the person that did it then.
But I think they built so much of a case on it being her, they probably for so long were not entertaining other theories.
That's just so wild to me, dude.
I know, I agree.
So, basically, if you frame a murder good enough, they won't, if they don't get it on the first try, they won't come after you. It's so crazy.
I mean, yeah.
All right, let's see what else
Oh,
Ms. Anthony has to say.
And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony.
Oh, here we go.
My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents were George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in
But didn't you just say you were going to advocate for yourself and your daughter?
response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself.
Your daughter should be driving a car right now, lady. Mm-hmm. And she's just like sitting in her car being like, I'm going to advocate for myself. Mm-hmm. Ugh, dude, that's so gross.
especially since at no point was she like, I'm determined to find the killer. Mm-hmm. Because that to me,
right?
If you're claiming you didn't kill your child and you're going hardcore in this legal advocacy, that should be
the
your first point of business. But
that should be your flagship case. Mm-hmm. If you were making a TV show, that would be like, this is Scandal 2.0, fucking the Casey Anthony files.
Exactly.
Like
I'm gonna go rogue and I'm not gonna sleep till I find the murderer.
And for the record, she does have a great chance of getting a show made after her if she can prove her innocence and become a fucking great detective. And this is the new Scooby-Doo.
If she, let me hear the rest of this.
Doing this both personally for me, but in a professional capacity. Moving forward, the majority of what you will see will be me speaking in a professional capacity. My goal is to continue to help give a voice to people, to give people tools and
professional capacity, but this heifer is in her car at a crooked angle with her half hanging out the car, but you professional?
Also, if you're wondering about the money she has, she got 2 sunroofs in this bitch.
Oh, but again, it's hard for me to take her seriously as a professional.
Also, is this a side visor?
I don't know what it is.
I'm not over this vehicle. Is this a spaceship that she's in? What kind of money did she get after this?
I don't know, but she should have rented some office space.
I agree.
Or just sat in her extra room at home. Something.
I want a side visor. That is so awesome. I just
never
noticed that
yeah.
because it should be like over here.
Yeah.
Dude.
But I don't know.
Sorry.
The professionality,
She's got a
quote
G-Wagon,
unquote,
probably.
is missing me here.
I'm just mad that she has a better lifestyle than me.
Resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to. So with that, please join me on Substack. If you have questions, I will set up an email address where we can correspond directly up until this point.
Again, you're promoting yourself as professional. You ain't even made a Gmail account yet, broad. Okay.
Go ahead and DM me on the Substack.
If somebody wants to hear from me, then I'll make an email address. Okay.
Yeah.
Way to take yourself seriously.
I want to make sure there's enough interest first before I waste my time on you fucking criminals.
For our legal community.
Sorry.
That has never happened. And it's only going to be on a limited basis regarding legal issues, legal matters. One of the main reasons that I'm doing this, there are people close to me who have been targeted and attacked recently. There are also people close to me who have had some recent things occur. And
yeah, it just seems like bad things follow people around you, Casey Anthony.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder what that is.
What's the common denominator?
when
Yeah.
necessary, people needed to step up, myself included. So as a proponent for the LGBTQ community,
What?
personally,
Where did that
for me,
come from?
Yeah, that was weird.
women's rights, I feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me. And
All right. I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt for the longest time. Once you dropped the LGBTQ stuff, I'm like, oh, now you're pandering.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you're being a pander bear. Like you had a chance. Yeah, I didn't coin that. That's a Dan Soder phrase.
Okay.
But once you start doing that, it's like, oh, you're trying to just get people on board with you. And
I mean, that was the point at which you thought that?
what? Again, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
She was not giving any room for that for me.
and now look at as a blessing as opposed to the curse that it has been since 2008.
Hey.
With that, these aren't going to be perfect. They're
Does she also come out as a lesbian before she killed her kid?
not going to be edited. Most of the
Allegedly.
time, they're not going to be short.
Yeah, we can tell.
But I am proverbially standing in the light.
Proverbially.
For
Oh,
what?
She got
didn't
herself
even
a thesaurus.
She didn't
All
even
right.
say it right.
Proverbially?
She didn't say it right.
Okay.
Proverbially.
Like proverbially.
Yeah, I know what the word is, but she didn't say it right.
She did. Sounded right to me. Proverbially.
Embracing this piece, still going to keep my privacy intact. So you will get very comfortable with my car. And
it's much more private in the confines of your home or an office, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will explain in great detail why it's so important for people to protect their privacy. It's not just important to public figures, it's even more important to private individuals. And
so you can kill your kid without people knowing. Yeah, I agree. She's
with
right.
the current climate in our country especially, it's that much more important, which is why I am utilizing the Substack platform. Yes, I am advertising this and publishing this on TikTok, possibly also through other meta platforms, but my intention is to separate from that and showcase even more why Substack is such an important resource for people to utilize moving forward.
Wow, what a Substack shill.
Right?
Just fucking...
Anyway, I appreciate your time and we'll see how this goes.
Okay. That was
If
way
you
too
are in
lengthy.
such dire straits that this is the person you're seeking for legal advice, just go turn yourself in.
I mean, she might be cheap.
I'd rather
But
take a
again-
gamble on a public defender.
But again, it's like she's not trying to give she's not trying to be a lawyer. She's just being an advocate. That's very different.
I mean, I know she's
don't
not-
know what that means really. She's just gonna go be like, I stand up for this person. It's like that doesn't. She's just.
I
Gonna
took
go,
it as legal advice. I'll direct you to resources to help
yeah,
you.
that's fair. Yeah,
But again,
an advocate is I don't think there's any like legal thing behind that. You're just a
No.
person that goes and regularly stands up for something. It's like,
I don't know.
But she didn't even,
if
like-
I want to be taken seriously as being innocent of something, I don't
Yeah.
want her in my corner because
No,
that
for
looks
sure.
guilty.
yeah.
She, to me, this smacks of my book didn't sell as much as I thought. Ain't nobody running me any show deals. I need some money.
Yeah. Yeah. The documentaries have stopped.
And she's hoping that the morbid curiosity surrounding her will get her enough views to where she can monetize on a,
Yeah.
cause
And
That was
you know,
cringe.
in her defense, there is a part where it's like, if you want just attention to be brought to something, like the Making a Murderer thing on Netflix,
okay. I didn't watch it, but yeah, I've heard of it.
like another way to do that, if you can't get like a documentary made, which she did, is to like be the face. Like, so people are like, they can see her and they go, what's she covering? It's like, this guy was wrong. You don't even know the guy. You don't care about the case, but because she's there,
Attached to it,
now
yeah.
you're aware
You're
of it.
curious
And
of
now
it.
people are talking about it and they go,
Yeah.
hey, this is fucked up. So there is like a part of that where it's like, she's like, well, I can get attention where these people can't. Like, it's a Kim Kardashian effect, to be honest. It's kind of
Okay.
the same thing. I don't think it's a good idea. It's weird for sure, but there is a part of that where this is just like the age of just like noticeability, of just like getting eyes on stuff. Just like, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. If you can get eyes on it.
But the fact that she's in this or selling this legal lane, given what she was accused of, I don't know. I just feel like anything that she would bring attention to would probably be no more harm than good.
But if they can get it to like focus on the other thing and not her, a good legal team could do it.
That she can't afford, clearly.
Well, no, but they might be like, we'll work in tandem with you because it's going to get us a high profile
Yes.
case and we're going to be able to ask for more money. Like, I think it'll go further than we would like it to, just because of the day and age we live in.
To me,
Unfortunately.
this smacks of, and I know it's slightly different, but after the OJ trial, acquittal, all that, remember he wrote this, and for the record, I don't for 1 second think that anybody believes he was innocent, but remember he wrote that book that was like, basically, I didn't do it, but if I did, this is how I do it.
Yeah.
This is kind of,
And it was a way too accurate depiction of
yeah,
how
yeah.
it
So
would've
to
been
me,
successful.
for her to be a quote unquote legal advocate seems like that. Like, I didn't do it, but I'll help you get off if you win some legal.
Here's what I did.
Yeah, yeah. It's gross to me.
For sure. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, let's switch to something a little
Less morbid.
less morbid. Definitely has a play in our lives.
Oh.
So
Okay.
we are, I would say we're fans of Monopoly.
Oh yeah.
We
I'm sure people that know me are when I at us saying fans are gonna be like, fans, not fanatics, but
So we play, I was going to say regularly, but we don't really, it's not really regularly anymore because we're so busy.
yeah.
But we do like to play Monopoly just like 1v1, which I think to a lot of people is like, are you guys fucking crazy? Like, what's wrong with you?
fun.
It is fun. Especially because we have how many versions of Monopoly
not
now?
gonna out
13,
myself.
14? It's in the teens, right? At least it's in the teens. It's more than double digits. But they're all themed. They're all themed
Yeah.
differently. I mean, some of them have like similar themes. It would be like Game of Thrones. I think we have 2 Game of Thrones ones and then a House of the Dragon
yeah, 2,
one.
yeah.
So like they are different. Like we don't have 2 of the same exact one.
No.
We have a Wicked one. We have a Harry Potter one, which we haven't played yet. We have
Disney villains,
Disney,
Wizard of Oz, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings one's awesome. So what we like to do is like put on the music for like the theme of like Lord of the Rings. We'll put on the soundtrack, like so it's playing around us, and we'll play a game. I'm always the banker. I don't know how we fell into that.
I don't know.
But that's how it is.
Being the banker.
Which is weird because you're way better with like money and counting than I am. So like, you know how many times it's like, okay, like it's this much. I hand you the card, you hand me the money, and I go, how much do you need back? Like I don't want to do this right now. Like, but we'll be able to like do away with that potentially because Hasbro is removing cash in the new Monopoly edition and replacing it with an app.
This pisses me off.
So this pisses me off because they've been getting away from cash. Even like we have a few versions
that have
coins, and it sucks. The economy's fucked.
Off. Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. The rent that you pay is like equivalent to what you pay
purchasing the property.
It makes absolute no sense. To the point where we've been like, do you just want to use cash? Like, do you use like the normal prices for these? Because this is dumb.
Yeah.
So, I guess your initial reaction is that you hate it.
Yes.
And I do too. I want to see if it's like in the same vein as why I hate it.
The reason why I hate it, and obviously I'm a big grown adult who knows how to count money, so I don't need to learn it by playing Monopoly, but I feel like a good reason why Monopoly is such a good game in formative years is because it teaches you how to count money. It teaches you how to not spend it all at once and plan and plot. Like there are so many valuable lessons for kids in Monopoly. And I'm like, I get that it's trying to evolve with the times, but we already got too many raggedy ass kids that can't count change. You can't count change back. And, you know, if you work at a fast food restaurant, they're dependent on the thing to tell how much. It's like, don't compound it. Like I can't tell you how many times, and it makes my soul scream. You know, you pull up. Not that I pay cash with much anymore because I'm lazy and don't want to go to the bank. But you know, you pull up somewhere and you know your total $16.51, and you run the cashier a $20 and a penny, and they look at you like
what's
fucking deer in the headlights. And I'm like, bitch, I don't want pennies back. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Or I have to tell them like, do you know how much change to give me back? And they're just like,
no. But even then, it's like, you can just type in 2001 and it'll like do it. Like again, like it'll
but
do it.
That's
I've
the
worked
thing.
retail.
They
I've worked the POS system before.
But the fact that they take it and they're like, oh well, I don't need the penny. I'm like, yes, you do. I want you to have the penny because I don't want pennies back.
Yeah, it's like you don't need it, but I don't want it. Is what I'm saying.
Or they'll you know they see me pull out the 20 and then they'll automatically just assume they put it in
20,
and then I give them that penny after the fact and now they're like
yeah. I'm okay. But so with like the little penny thing, I have had instances like, because I used to work at Office Depot back in Michigan, and everybody has to work the POS.
What's point of sale?
Point of sale, okay. Yeah, point of sale system, whatever. And sometimes it's like, I'm trying to think of like, it's like 2047, and then someone gives you like 23, like 22. So it's like,
wait, what's the total? 2047?
Yeah, so they're making like a maybe like a quarter to come back to you or like whatever.
Oh, okay,
and it's just, you're just like, what the fuck is happening right now? But like with an extra penny, it's like, I see what's going on. But sometimes I have had it where I was just like, I don't know what you're doing here, because it was just like too, like you're just expecting like boom, because it's so like quick and you're just like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And then they just hit you with that and you're like, okay. And like it just takes a second.
Yeah.
I know that's not what's going, because like you're right. These people are different nowadays. But I don't like that I need, I don't want them to see that I'm so bad with my money. I don't want them to see how like I invest in every property I land on without thinking about it. You know, like I don't want. I just
because
don't.
they're gonna gather data from this.
And they're gonna
Okay.
send it to Facebook and fucking Instagram,
God,
and they're gonna be like, "Look, he really likes the fucking waterworks." You know, like I don't know. They're gonna do something with it, and I don't like it. But you do in the little article part or the caption. It says, while the board layout remains familiar, it features kid-friendly locations like a rocket launch pad, the moon, a chocolate factory, VR roller coaster, and a dinosaur park. I would prefer this if it was geared more toward adults.
Adults would not need an app. Or shouldn't need an app.
but I think adults enjoy convenience more. Does that make sense? Like, they appreciate convenience more than kids do. And, like, if an adult wants to play Monopoly, they don't need to learn to count money.
Sure. Well,
You know?
some of these young adults probably do.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But, like, if we're playing, it's like, that's not why we're playing. We're playing for, the game to win.
But
like,
it also, I don't know, it feels
and
like...
it will speed it up. Let's talk about that part, too. It'll speed up the game a lot.
Dealing with money slows down the game all that much, does it?
I mean, having to count. I mean, what we're talking about seconds that will add up to minutes.
I mean, if you're playing Monopoly, chances are time is not of the essence.
Or like, what if you can like view your properties on there? Like that would be kind of cool. Who has other properties at the same time?
I'm coming from it from we talked about a few episodes back of people with changing rides at Disneyland are like
traditionalists.
I feel like I'm that person right now.
For sure.
Like,
There's definitely a little bit of that.
Yeah, I don't know. The part of the joy of Monopoly for me is you got your money all spread out and in this denomination you got your property cards.
Absolutely.
Like that that's part of the experience. And I just feel like
they're
they're dumbing it down by taking a part of that away to me.
And this kind of brings up the argument too of like, well, why even have a board?
Yeah, pull up a digital thing and
there is a Monopoly app. Game,
yeah.
Like the game that you play with like your friends and shit. I don't know how it works because I'm not going to do it because I know better than for mobile games. But it's like, like why not just for $25 sell like an app that I can download, and then like if people are on my Bluetooth or within Bluetooth or on the same Wi-Fi, like they can somehow play with it through. Like there's a way to do it. Like so, if you want to go digital,
to replace the old school version.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do digital, do digital.
That's
like
fair.
Either give me a board game or don't.
Yeah,
And
I again,
and what now? I have to have a phone charger near my fucking Monopoly board. This is gonna make me
sound old in saying this, but it's like, if you're playing a board game, chances are you actually want to spend time with the people you're like. Put the phones away. Like,
I wouldn't mind if I could get it on like iPad, and it has all my money like laid out like on the screen, and it could just be set up in front of you. That wouldn't be so bad because again, it's just like it's not a phone that you're just like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little different.
I don't like it. I hope all monopolies that are being manufactured after this point are going to be like that, because that's going to cease my Monopoly purchases.
That's a good question. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be the standard or if this is just this version.
I don't know.
I bet this is probably just a test. They're going to see how people react to it, or like how it sells and stuff.
It's like dumbed down
and
Monopoly.
How much people are using the app, because they're going to get paid for people using the app through the app store. So like they're going to get money that way. So it's like they're incentivized to do this. Like it does make sense from a business perspective.
I don't like it.
Especially if people play a lot. That's like they just need people to go back into that app. They can get people like, hey, you want to play? You can register the Monopolies. Like you haven't played your Lord of the Rings Monopoly in 6 months.
I don't want somebody in my business like that. No.
I know, dude. And then they can be like, oh, well, people stop playing after like they buy a new one and they stop playing after this amount of time. So this is when we need to release a new one. It's going to be weird data because of it. They're going to know how much people are playing, when they play, how often. Like, yeah, dude.
I don't want
that's the
my
shit.
business like that. Also, this $24.99, is that for the app or for the game?
That sounds like it's for the game, because it says the mobile app is free.
Okay.
Wait. Oh yeah, just say it replaces cash, and this says the banker.
So is this, because there's like two ways to read this. Is this like with this app you can incorporate it with any Monopoly that you might happen to have, or Are
That's a
Monopoly?
good question.
You know what I mean? Because the fact that I don't know, it's weird. So I guess my question is, are monopolies now not going to come with cash, or they still are, and you just have the option to use this app?
I think this will determine that. Fucking gotta keep. Yeah, I think this is the data that they get from this is probably going to determine that.
Oh God, I hope it doesn't.
But it's interesting. It's like I don't think Monopoly's selling that, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's like if people have one, unless they're like us, where they're like,
I mean, they make special edition Monopolies for a reason. There are people like us.
It's true.
And honestly, Monopoly coming or allowing special editions that ensured that Monopoly lovers will keep buying them, because if all they ever had was classic, you get one sell out of it a generation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's most people though, where they have one that like their parents had, and they just keep it. Like, why have Monopoly? Why the fuck would I get another one? Like, I never play it anyway. Like, why would I buy a new one?
I didn't get the classic version of Monopoly until like a good 6 or 7 in.
Yeah.
I started off with.
Well, I mean, why? It's like, we know, like, it's boring at this, but it's also like, what music do you play?
Any, really? But I don't know, after playing all the special
Just
edition
like
ones,
rich,
classic
like,
Monopoly just doesn't do it. Unless we're playing the Nintendo one.
Great Gatsby music, like...
I guess, but...
I don't know.
I mean, there's value in having or being aware of the classic one, because I mean we know what the properties are. We know
the names are. Oriental Avenue. You know, it's like, this is a different time, kids.
True. Wait, is there?
Isn't that one of the original ones?
What color is it?
Yellow.
Well, we can view the yellow properties. It's Atlantic, Ventnor, and Marvin Gardens. So no, that's not the yellows.
I was making a race joke.
Oh, my bad. Went over my head. Sorry.
That's why I laughed. So you think I was just like laughing so hard? Just had the fact I said yellow. Yeah, the way I said the word yellow is so funny.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
God.
I stepped on it.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the. Are they gonna do it with the cards too? No community chest.
I was wondering that too. Like, do you just fucking tap like community shit? I mean, why would you do away with that paper and not the other paper, the thicker paper at that? It's probably more expensive.
Because on some level, they're like, we still need kids to be able to read, but they don't really need to count money.
Oh, and it could read it out loud for you.
Oh God, that would be the complete dumbing down of.
Yeah, well, fucking get ready for it.
I hope this doesn't buy in. This doesn't, or take off rather.
I think kids are gonna love. They're gonna be like, "Oh, great! I can use my phone while I play a game,"
which defeats the purpose of a board game.
Yeah, I mean, but if
also is the board game Life still a thing? Because that dealt with money too.
It's again, it's like one of those that I think it's been passed down, but I don't know if they actually sell it anymore. I'm sure you can. I'm sure they do.
Because remember, you had the little cars with the little pegs and the people, and you spun a wheel, and you had the shit like, oh, you have another kid, or
board games and like generic toys. Mm-hmm. I'm like always amazed that they're still selling them and still making them. It's like, what? Who's buying this shit? And how is this company?
What do you mean by generic toys?
Just like you know, when you walk into a mall, it used to be like KB Toys, you know, be like the store, and thered be like the little dog that's fucking like, they have the little square thing that all the moving toys are in, and it's just walking around just going bark, 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 and then they have the ones that'll be like bark, and they'll do a backflip and they'll like walk forward. If you,
that's
like,
okay.
How is that still a thing? How are those?
Like a little toddler, that's probably hours of enjoyment.
Okay, like how many are you actually selling? You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't make sense that it seems like a money laundering thing. Like, there's got to be something else going on, because this doesn't make sense.
Well, board games and jigsaw puzzles saw a resurgence
during the pandemic. That makes sense. But like, I mean, board games kind of went through this like transition where they made them like way more in depth. Mm-hmm. In like, even like solo board games are a thing. Where it's oh yeah, where you can play the game like by yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not. A board game.
Mm-hmm. Or I guess, or like they're
counterintuitive.
more like strategy based. Like, what's the like island, the adventure? What's the fucking island one that you play with people and you have to like flip the things and
Oh,
it's like the
yeah.
island's disappearing
Yeah,
or whatever. Like stuff like that is more common.
True.
Like that is those didn't exist 20 years
Right,
ago.
right. That's true.
I don't remember the point I was making. So they changed a little, but I think
Yeah.
like the old school ones, they just have them. They have the special edition ones for people like us that have expendable income that just are like, yeah, I'll buy that because I want it because I'm a fan. But like for the most part, people aren't buying Monopoly and Life and Yahtzee and like unless you run like a special ed classroom, you're not buying that shit. You know.
I mean, but other classics are, I mean, other than Monopoly, I guess to a certain sector of population, but like, you know, your Clues and your...
Right. But I think other stuff is keeping that afloat. I think they make it because it's a flagship product.
So is Monopoly.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, of course, like the themed stuff is
Yeah.
keeping like the classic shit
Gotcha.
on the shelves.
That makes
Because
sense.
otherwise, like they wouldn't if they were just like, well, like a product has to pay for itself. If that's how they did it, classic would be gone.
That's fair.
Like the themed ones pay for everything probably.
Yeah.
And like I don't know who owns what. Like I'm sure Hasbro owns most of them.
At least the classics, I
Right,
think.
Life
yeah.
and what. Also, it's probably the same thing. Like those are still made because the themed ones are more popular, and
Yeah.
they make probably like action figure. Like I'm sure they do more than board games that pay into
For sure.
making the board
For sure.
games. Make up for it.
So are you a yay or nay on this new iteration?
I'm curious about it. I think ultimately I'm a nay because, like you're saying, like we kind of sit down to play to like get away from having to use the phone and stuff.
Exactly.
We put music on and then we put it to the side.
Exactly.
And then we just kind of chill. So, yeah.
Wait, let's see some of the comments. I see this first one. It's called predictive programming. They're getting children ready for the cashless society.
They don't need to get them ready.
Yeah, it's already here. Yeah. Who gonna be the banker?
That is gay. That is gay.
Oh, wow. Hell no.
They're going to tax it too.
People
Yeah.
and everything. Well, I mean, agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
What else you got?
I don't know. I don't think. Actually, I don't know if we have anything else. Any more topics, anyway. Oh, we went to a basketball game.
Oh yeah, we did.
We went to a Clippers game against the Pistons, my hometown Pistons. Shout out to Sergio for giving us the cheap tickets.
Yes, thank you.
Solid seats. I guess like full review is everything. This is the Intuit Dome. Everything outside of the stadium leading up to it is terrible.
Agreed.
Awful. The worst experience I've ever had.
Shitty logistics.
Getting to a stadium. Traffic was fucking impossible. It was just like a standstill.
It was also rainy, so that probably didn't help
Well, it
things.
was raining, so I mean, thanks God. So like, but I think there was gonna be traffic anyway. But like, we left here at 4:15, and like in my mind, I was like, oh, we'll have a little bit extra time. Like, we'll be able to
We
like
barely got it.
got there at 7:25 to get a drink and to sit down for the tip off. Like, we didn't even see the national anthem, which is perfectly fine.
Right.
But it's like, dude, it took us more than 3 hours to get from A to B, which is like way more than I want to spend. Especially because like to get home was like an hour and 40 minutes.
Not even that. It was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was like super quick. So terrible traffic, terrible pattern to get there. Parking was $56.50.
To walk like 3-4 blocks.
We had to walk 3 blocks to get to this. I was like, oh, like, yeah, it's kind of far. Maybe there'll be like a walkway that's like, you know, straight to the thing. Like,
Not
you
even
know,
a shuttle.
not even a shuttle, not even an arrow, really, that said go this way to the stadium.
They're like, it's a dome. Look
It's
up
like,
and walk that way.
Yeah, if you can't see it, you don't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy. So the big thing with this Intuit Dome is that you have an app that you use, and you input your face, you input your you do like a thing to like, so your identity's on there,
which I didn't opt into.
Which you didn't do. I did because I wanted the full experience. You put your payment information in there, so your payment is connected with your face, which is connected with your ticket. And then they also at one point had me put in my car information, which they told me when you go to park, you don't have to scan a ticket. You can just, it'll be automated. You'll be able to pull in. That didn't happen.
Nope.
I pulled up to the guy, rolled my window down, and he was like, "Hey, you got parking?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fucking why I'm here." And he was like, "Okay, like I need the thing." I'm like, "Oh, well, I put my information into the app. It said it was going to do it automatically." And I was like, "You don't do that here?" He's like, "Yeah, not here." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like, okay, then why did I do that then? Like, so then we parked. They give us a shitty parking spot. Like, don't have people park in the 2 spots right by the exit, you assholes. Crazy. So I was like, all right, we park. Again, $56 for very little customer service. Very average parking garage, too. Super normal. Disney has a better parking garage than this.
And it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper. And safer, probably. This is Inglewood. I mean, granted, Inglewood is really gentrified now. Like, we went past Crenshaw. There was an AutoZone on the corner, dude. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So walk in, and you think like, oh, maybe like the sidewalk they would make it. No, there's just patches of mud, just where like there's just like the light post and there's just fucking dirt patches around it. It's like, you guys, like, come on. Turns out there is like another parking garage like right across the street on like we're the baggage claim or whatever the fuck
we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But right by there where that bridge was. That's like $70 parking, and I saw that on the app.
To walk 2 blocks,
exactly,
okay.
And I was like, I'm not paying $70.
Yeah.
So we walked to the thing. It's like a 10-minute walk to get there. We get to a gate, wait in line, and this is like the gate surrounding the courtyard, surrounding the stadium. So it's not even to get into the building. We're going up to this gate. We're waiting in line. Put your umbrella away, which you had. We get to the front, and the girl's like, "Oh, you can't bring that umbrella in because it's not a collapsible. It's a full-size one." And I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, I know that that's in the fine print somewhere. Like, I know it is because they've been through this. I'm sure there's no way it's not. It's a sporting. They know what the fuck they're doing. Legally, they know what they're doing. It's in the fine print for sure. So I wasn't gonna like argue. Like, there's no point.
Yeah.
But then they were like, you can take it to what did they call it?
Bag check-in area.
Bag check.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's around the corner and check it in, and there's a gate down there you can get in, and it's like,
why wouldn't you just have that here?
Exactly. Why at every gate do you not have a little bag check for anyone that comes in? Hey, you're creating jobs, and you don't have to send everybody to one. And it gives a way better experience for us. You're like, okay, like, you're good, like, but go in that line over there and just check your bag, your stuff in. And as we were walking away, they're like, oh, your purse is probably too big too.
Which my purse was not even big.
So small. It's like you can barely fit your phone in it.
It wasn't even, like a piece of paper is 8.5 by 11. Yeah. Its dimensions were less than that.
Yeah.
It was like a half a piece of paper.
Yeah, half a piece of paper.
And I was like,
and they held up like this little like magnetic schedule, like a promotional schedule.
They're like, it can't be bigger than this.
And I looked at it, I was like, whose bag is smaller than that? It's crazy.
And I thought I was not anticipating that they would have a bag size limit, but my normal everyday purse I knew was bigger. I was like, I don't want to, if it's a crowd, I don't want to be people bumping in and reaching in my purse. So I was like, let me just pick a small crossbody, just for simplicity's sake. And that bitch was even still too big, according to their standards.
And this was a black girl at the front, so I was like, ah, man, come on, like, come on, girl, like, well, like, she got a job, I guess, whatever, like, she got to do her thing. So, so I was like, fucking.
So we walk around a whole other block.
Yeah,
and
we go around the corner, and it's like, again, just like being inconvenienced for like keeping ourselves dry.
Yeah,
And it's like, all right. So we walk around the corner. Bag check is relatively quick. Even though it might be like a little like janky, it's like this is weird to have it like outside. It's like this doesn't
and it wasn't even like
right.
locked up per se. Like they just threw it in a cubby, put a little number tag on there. And I'm like, are y'all gonna steal shit up in here?
And
Like
just sent you a text message. Like, just show us that text.
Because I'm expecting them, you know, my stuff to go in a locker. They hand you a key, like so I know it's secured even from employees. But no.
Yeah,
it's just like we just gonna throw it in a little open ass cubby with a number tag on it. Oh, okay.
So then we jump back in line, and wait again, and right before we get to the front, this white guy walks over with his stupid raggedy haired son.
I forgot about him.
Like jumping in line and without being like, we were in that line. They told us to come over because fucking XYZ reason. Like, sorry, like. Is it okay if we... And I probably... whatever, dude. Like, shit happens. But he just kind of, like, side-eyed everybody and was like...
TYP.
And the kid goes... The kid goes, are we cutting? And I audibly was like, yes, you are.
I'm glad you said it, not me.
And the dad didn't say anything, which I wished he would have. And then, but so they get, and by the way, he had a full on backpack.
Yes.
Black backpack, not see through. And he just fucking like walked in. They like sent it through a conveyor belt with an X-ray, and they're like, all right, you're good. He took it in. I was like, what the fuck?
TYP.
I almost said something.
You should have said something.
But here's why I didn't. When we walked through, the guy that like greeted us was like that big like jovial black dude, and I was like, I can't fucking not to him.
That's true.
Like I can't. He was so nice to us. He was so cool. Like I think he even mentioned to us, he even said something to me like sorry that was like he was super cool. So I was like, I'm not gonna fucking harass or like give this guy another problem. So like. No, what? Be like that white guy. What? How come they had a bag? We had to check our bag at the thing outside. I didn't.
And if I would have said something, it'd be like, "Here goes another black chick with attitude."
Yeah, this aggressive black lady.
Exactly.
So it's just like whatever, dude. Like let's just I don't have time. It was like we're gonna miss the game, like tip off if we don't just go.
Yeah.
So we continue. We go in, and. From then on, everything was awesome.
Yeah, it got cool. There was a slight because we had to enter in two different lines because he opted into the full,
which was so cool.
And I just did the in lieu of face thing, identity pass. So
was yours just like a tap like to the screen thing, or how did it?
Yeah. Because
that's cool.
And you got done slightly faster than me, and so at that point I was like, "Ooh, maybe I should have done that." But it was like it was easy enough. It was just more people in my line.
It wasn't as much of a discrepancy as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
Especially as close to game time as I thought. Like it would be a lot more people. And I was actually surprised at the amount of people that didn't do it.
Because skeptical people. I'm like, y'all don't need my face with my payment for this one trip. I'm good.
But it was super convenient for me.
True. I low key am glad you did it as far as like food purchases. Because I would have been like, oh.
Like walking, and then like. Walking in, I was like nervous because there's people standing there with iPads like verifying, and so like you walk past the little pedestal with the camera on it, and I guess it verifies your identity and tells them. And like as I was walking by them, I was like, you think that they would be like, you're good.
Yeah.
They don't look at you. They don't say anything, and so I was like, am I okay?
Yeah.
Like am I good? Because I have one of those faces where people don't really pay attention to me. I can just walk through, and people. One time I went to a concert. We went to Warped Tour. It was when I was in high school. I went to Warped Tour. And the girl I was dating at the time, we walked, like, we just happened to, like, walk through this gate where it would just happen to be open. Like, we didn't know that it was, like, going into the festival. We were just like, oh, this is the way to, like, the entrance. And we just ended up, like, inside before the gates opened.
Oh, shit.
And we were kind of just, like, wandering around for, like, 10 minutes until somebody was like, hey, you guys don't look like you belong here,
Wow.
But if it was just me by myself, like I probably could have just walked around, like because I had like a girl that was, obviously like emoed out or whatever. They were like they're definitely like here for the thing. But if it was just me, I think they would have been like, he probably works here. Like,
oh my gosh.
But anyway, so yeah, I was like, I wanted to be like, I'm good, right? And she like, I got her attention, and I was like, did it work? And she was just like, what? Like, she's like, what are you asking me? I'm like, did it did it do the thing?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, all right.
In her head, she's probably like, this is his first time here.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he's probably from Detroit. These Pistons people. But so that was super cool. I got a bobblehead when I walked in. Apparently, it was a super slow night because usually they only give them like the first like X amount of fans.
Right. Since we were kind of late coming in.
Yeah, so I was surprised that they even had promos left. Then you came in. We went up on a single elevator.
Escalator.
We looked escalator. I don't know why. I've been getting those mixed up the last like 6 months or so, and I don't know why. I just don't think about it.
Okay.
Anyway, and we started. The only problem on the inside is when you ask for people. Or like ask for people's help, like they're just like they don't talk. They just like
kind of grunt and point.
Yeah, it's like okay, dude. Like I guess I'll keep going this way. But everything was cool, man. You walk into the little shops that I didn't like that there was a line to get into the AI shop. It's like you should be able to handle this volume. It's all fucking automated. It doesn't make any sense.
They've probably in the course of this whole automated use your face to check out. You don't have to interface with people. I think they probably found that there is a point at which if there are too many people in there, it confuses it, and maybe people walk out without and they haven't gotten payment. Yeah. So they probably figured out the sweet spot on the amount of people that it can handle, and they probably try to gatekeep a little bit.
My point is, make it better.
I mean, to me, it blows my mind that because when our first trip in there, we got a couple of drinks, right?
Yeah, we got 2 beers, and
the fact that it didn't. I mean, I'm sure in the course of it reading your face, there had to be other faces peripherally visible. The fact that it somehow managed to look at your face and see the stuff you picked up.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That blows my mind.
I keep racking my brain over like how it works. Like, are they doing it through the pedestals as you're walking out? Is it like an overhead view? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
But how does? But cool. how is it so precise that it won't pick up somebody else's stuff accidentally?
I don't know.
And I know I was like kind of behind you, beside you. And obviously, that my face is not in their system, but like, how was it like with her? I don't know. Like, how is it that precise?
Yeah. And not only that, like, it knew the flavor of the drink you got. Like,
yeah. And how does it know? Because our second trip in, we still had our drinks.
Yeah.
That they still sell in this area.
And a thing of popcorn.
Yeah. Yep. So it's like, how do they know? Oh, that's already been bought. This is new purchase. Like that blew my mind.
It's fucking crazy. It's super cool.
Or what if it was like it read your face and therefore picked up on your purchase history, and they're like, oh, he just bought this beer and this drink, so don't charge him again.
I got the same beer though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, dude,
that's
weird.
crazy.
And we got 2 sandwiches that we just kind of like huddled on that tray. Like they weren't separated. So it's like, how could they tell that there was 2?
That's
like,
crazy.
Or that there weren't 3, you know? Or
right.
like it's just, yeah, man, they nailed it. However it's done is fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did it. Like, and that was my thinking going in. It's like, yeah, it's a little weird to give them like all your information. But I also was like, I want the full experience. Like, I want to see what they have to offer. And when it works, it's cool as hell.
I liked how that when we got popcorn at one of the stands, like outside, and there was a black lady checking us out, and you were thinking like it was also gonna. She was like, she was basically like,
baby, it don't work.
This ain't as good as they're trying to make it out to be.
Yeah. I mean, everywhere else except for there, it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like you walk up to the thing, it says, "Welcome, William." Well, it doesn't say it out loud, but on the screen it says your name and everything, and it opens the door for you. Walk in, which like I guess you don't need people with good customer service, because that was I did ask like before we went in with our extra, like before the drinks that we purchased earlier, I did ask the guy that was like standing there, hey, if we take these in, is it gonna like purchase them? And I didn't really get an answer from him, but I got enough of an answer from him. He was just like, no. And I was just like, all right. Okay.
Wow.
So I I was told that it would work that way.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it's pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive. It's almost like I wonder like, oh, eventually there's gonna be like screens at the urinals. I didn't go to the bathroom over there. I just realized
that would be a gross violation of privacy if they have screens. Something's reading your identity in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But you could have personalized ads. Is my point. Like at the urinal. Well, they don't.
We recognize your penis. We assume you want another blue moon, and based on the concentration of your pee, you'd had about 2 hours.
Yeah, you need more water, sir. It opens a container. It opens a little.
I don't want any kind
water.
of data reading where my genitals are out. Sorry.
Or when you go to the bathroom, it scans you in that you're going in, and it goes, you get urinal 14. So there's no cameras on the inside, but you're assigned a urinal.
No.
And then they can advertise it without having cameras in there. I know you're saying no, but it's not up to you.
No.
It's not going to be up to you whether it happens or not.
I'm
giving them a great idea.
No, don't do that.
This is a great idea. It's going to personalize your ads, and it's going to increase your revenue.
I
Yep.
don't need data being taken in on me when I go to the bathroom.
It doesn't matter whether you need it or not. It's going to happen.
The way I would
Sorry,
strap a diaper on so fast to avoid that, no. I'm going to go outside with this Folgers can. I'll be right back. No.
Okay. It's not up to you.
That would be up to me.
I think our camera got askance somehow, or we shifted somehow. I don't know.
No, it's just your monitor is crooked.
We shifted.
Oh, that way.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
We got wheelie. We need to get
Stationary
blocks.
chairs.
Like, blocks you put like on behind a camper's wheels so it doesn't roll.
Oh, okay.
Chalk
Chalk blocks.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, the game was good. We saw a good game. James Harden went off. He had like 50 points. It was crazy. The Pistons lost, unfortunately. Not that I don't really care.
It was close
about basketball.
though.
It was a close game.
Yeah, because I thought they might have. I thought the Pistons might win it.
They had a chance to. They just didn't make the shots when they needed to. President Obama was there.
I know, that was the highlight for me.
We were walking to go get food, and they were like, "Please welcome former president." I was like, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like,
and then they showed him on the screen, like all waving. I was
yeah.
I was fangirling, trying to get my phone out to take a picture, and of course that was gone by then. But then once we got back to our seat, it was like, "Oh, where's Walden? Like, where is he?" And so it turns out he was like directly across from the court from us, and you
were able to zoom in and get a picture with your iPhone 14 Pro camera.
Yep. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then
what are the odds that we'd be in the same space as a former president again in life?
Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And a few former Detroit athletes, one former Pistons player, Rip Hamilton, if anybody's familiar. Jared Goff, the Lions quarterback, was there. Oh, wow. I think he has a house in LA still because he played for LA for a few years.
Oh, didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it was cool. Steve Ballmer, of course, he owns the team, so it makes sense that he was there. But since Obama was there,
that pink shirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since Obama was there, he was like front and center.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to make myself known. Like,
Also,
I'm going to be in every image with Obama.
The pictures that I posted of him, like, did you see one of them? The pink shirt was just kind of like,
yeah, for sure.
I was like, dang, get up off his dick. Like, he was just so like all up in his space, and it was weird. His body language was weird.
Steve Ballmer is just using every chance he gets. He's like, I love black people. Look how much I like black people.
It almost looked like his body language looked like he was trying to pitch or sell something to Obama. Like he was so giving.
Right.
I'm not at he was not giving. I'm at a basketball game, and he was just kind of like,
you want a stake in the team? He's a businessman.
Yeah.
He made the deal with IBM for Microsoft.
But the thing is,
he's a
that
fucking businessman. That's all he does.
That body language was not matched by Obama. Obama was just like,
well, I mean, he just probably doesn't give a fuck about anything anymore.
He was just like, oh, I'm here for the game. Like,
he's
stop
like,
talking to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch some ball, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. That body language was so funny to me, though.
I think Obama's just so chill that he just kind of like takes it in stride. And just no stress. He's like, dude, I was president for 8 years. Like, I'm chilling now. Yep. Nothing's gonna get to me.
True. And it was funny to like, if at any point he got up to like, I don't know, presumably go get a snack or a drink or the bathroom or whatever, you could easily figure out where he was because people were like over the railing, shake hands like, oh, he must be in there. Like,
Yep. So, and then I guess post game, granted, like it wasn't a full game, but I thought like getting out was pretty easy. It wasn't like super packed, but again, like there were quite a few empty seats.
Yeah.
Like I would say it was
That one parking attendant guy was an asshole to you, though.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Oh, man.
I'm guessing he is not employed by Intuit Dome. He is probably like some outside contractor for parking attendant. Because I was like, how can you cuss at a customer and keep your job? Like,
so yeah. So we went to the back. We had to go back to the bag check. Had to wait in line to get our stuff. And then one of the ladies in line there, she brought up to us like, I wondered if they were more strict tonight than usual because Obama was there. And we're like, maybe. So I'll give you a little bit more of a benefit of the doubt, but it was still an awful experience for everybody.
Here's my complaint with that, or how I feel like they could have.
See anybody armed, so it couldn't have been that serious.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people around Obama might have been armed, or people in the rafter, whatever. But here's how I feel like they could have handled that better. We got multiple emails leading up to the game that was like, because of where you're sitting, it's a Clippers only fan space. Don't wear any of the opposing team. Don't cheer. They harped so much on what I thought was dumb shit that they could have easily, I mean, sure, they knew at some point in advance that Obama was going to be there.
That plus, or it was going to be raining.
That
like
they could have easily been like an email like, hey, because we have some special VIPs present. You don't even have to say it was Obama. VIP security, is going. We're elevating our security, so no bags this, bigger than your hand. And because of inclement weather, just want to remind you, collapse. They should have been more preemptive like that.
For sure.
Don't send me 2 emails reminding me not to cheer for the Pistons. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Just the way that they always led off with that made it seem like that was the most important thing. And given our experience, that clearly was not the most important thing.
Yeah, and especially like a venue like that, like again, check the weather. You should have like just a stock email ready to go for when there are days with inclement weather.
Exactly. Or VIPs, because I'm sure more VIPs attend. Yeah.
But it is LA, so it's like that probably happens a lot. And like, I don't know. Still for sure. Or even like, because it's always like, if you, like, go to the FAQs, and more times than not, I usually do, and I didn't this time. I didn't, and I don't know why. But even if I read like something about umbrellas, it probably would have gone over my head because I was like, we're in California. Why the fuck would I need an umbrella?
I know. I just felt like that should have.
It should have like
ranked higher and things to remind me of. It should have been
like first thing, like things to not bring in, bag size. Here's bag size restrictions. Like that is the kind of stuff that you put in an email. But here's the thing too that you have to consider. This section, it is for like Clipper fans and like mostly probably season ticket holders.
Okay.
And so it's like,
then why do you have to remind me to not cheer for the other team so many times?
Good point. Good point.
Anyway, you were going to talk about the asshole when we were leaving.
Yeah. So we get our stuff, whatever. Like I'd say at this point, like we're pretty satisfied. Yeah. We had a good time. Yeah, the experience coming in sucked, but like the game was fun. Like the inside is amazing. The screen they have that goes around the whole thing is crazy. The little animations they do when somebody scores that you point out, I didn't notice. Anytime James Harden would score, they like his picture would move.
Well, yeah,
it was fucking really cool, man. And they would have replays like all different angles up there. It was sick, dude. The stats that you definitely didn't need were up there. Like it's that's how baseball is now. They're just like anyway. So we're walking out. We're walking back to the car. And, it's like walking out of a stadium. It's just like droves of people. And again, this is a logistic issue on their end with where they place the fucking stadium versus where like parking is. You're crossing a bunch of like streets and like parking lot entrances and like private business places. And so it's like, I'm just trying to get home.
Well, and
I'm trying to get to my car.
Even when we're crossing a street, they would have people, parking attendants. Like, it's not necessarily assumed that you're following the light, because a lot of times they'll disregard the stop sign or a stoplight
Right.
and still have people coming across or whatever. So I wanted to interject that in.
And they had like barriers, so you couldn't turn right into this. Like we were walking down the right side of the street, and there was a street like in front of us, perpendicular, and you couldn't turn right, so it was barred from people turning
Right.
into it. And so I was thinking like kind of like, oh, like, and the guy was standing in the middle, and so I'm thinking like, we're just kind of walking freely, and
Well, with the
he'll
mob of
stop,
people in front of us, yeah.
and he'll stop like us when the car needs,
Right.
which there was a car there,
Yeah.
but I was like, I figured like he
He's-
would stop, whatever.
Exactly.
So like there was like kind of a group of people, and we kind of like skittered up to kind of get at the back
tail
end of it, because apparently, I don't know, people were apparently gathering that they weren't supposed to cross when we didn't. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
So there was like a small group, smattering of people like waiting there, but again, he wasn't like holding his hand up.
Exactly.
He wasn't like yelling like wait. He was just kind of like standing there looking. So like, well, let's just go, because I don't want to stand here an extra 5 minutes
And it's
if I
still
don't
raining,
have to. And it's
so,
raining.
yeah.
So it's wet, muddy. Like we just want to go. We want to go home. We have so far to drive. Like, so we just like kind of hurry up and start walking across, and then he starts like walking toward me. I don't know like exactly what he said at first, but it was basically like he wasn't like telling us to go back, but he was fuck, what did he say?
He's like, there's like the stoplight or he said
He was,
something.
He's like, as we were passing him, he was like, the light was changing, and I was like, oh yeah, word. Like, what am I?
We're already in the middle of the street by that
right,
point.
exactly. It's like, what do you want? Like, he didn't say turn around. Like,
Right.
what am I supposed to be, a bitch ass motherfucker and just turn around and follow you like a puppy? Fuck you, dude. Like, I'm not gonna do that. So he goes, lights changing. I was like, oh, word. And we keep going, and he's like, and he behind me says, yeah, dumbass. And I kind of like, I think I quickly looked to you to see if you heard it,
Which I didn't at that
which
point.
you didn't. And then I looked back at him, and he was still looking at me. I went, hey, fuck you, man.
And I heard that. I did hear that.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, what's going
And
on?
there's the thing, like, I was kind of smiling, saying, because I was like, what are you
Yeah.
getting mad at,
Yeah.
dude? So I was just like, fuck you, man. Like, and just kept walking. And he said something, but I don't know if I'm sure it was just like, hey, fuck you too, or fuck you too, something like that. But it was just like,
In what job?
who cares? What do you care? I'm
what-
gone in 2 seconds. What does it matter?
But still, in what job can you call somebody a customer a dumbass?
I know,
first
it's
of
so
all,
funny.
and I'm like, bro, if it wasn't raining, like that might have been a hill I want to die on.
and
Who's
if-
your supervisor?
And if I wasn't me,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I think it's funny. Like, I've been in this situation, especially like working at the Improv, where I think I probably have called someone a dumbass.
Really?
I don't remember. It's probably happened. But
I've
like,
called plenty of people dumbasses in my head, but I know
Yeah.
I can't get away with that in real life.
But like, I've been in situations, so it's like I kind of get where he's coming from. It's late. He's out there in the cold, in the rain too. Like, so I
he
do
is
see
still
it
on the
from his,
clock.
for sure. But he's a black dude. He's this white guy just not listening to him, and he's just like, man, I'm sick of these fucking white people, you know, stealing our women, you know. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, all right, like if you wanted people to, like, you just need to be like bigger and like do your job
Yeah.
better. Like, I'm sorry, like, it wasn't trying to like disrespect
it was a
you. I trying to get
miscommunication,
home.
but for
Like,
him to elevate it to that point, it's like, hey,
and again, like he's lucky that he like got me, and I could just brush it off with like,
That's
dude,
fair.
fuck you, man. Like, and we just keep going, because
Yeah.
like another person probably would have like stopped him, like, what's your name? Who do you work for? And and there was a part of me that was like, I could do that, but I'm not going to, because
I don't care.
Because
I don't care
wanna-
the color of whoever the person was. If you call me a
Fair enough.
dumbass while you're on the clock, and he's lucky for me that it was raining and that I didn't hear him. Because if either of those things were not the case, yeah, I would have been that person. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who's your supervisor?
yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah.
So he's probably talking about me on his podcast. So if you guys want to scour the internet and find that would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
We can meet up and we can work
Hug
this
it
out.
out.
Yeah, we'd probably be good friends. Actually, he probably plays World of Warcraft too. No, not if you work at nights. He's not.
Oh, that's fair.
Well,
Sorry.
So that was our experience going to your first NBA game.
It was my first and definitely memorable.
It sure was. We'll never forget it. We'll probably never be back.
Aw.
Well, and you know what? I think we can pretty safely say that we're pretty confident we're going to go see Kendrick Lamar in May.
Well, here's this hope.
Yeah.
An offer was made.
Yeah. Which is at SoFi, which is in that same area. And as we were leaving, I was like, I don't ever want to come back to this zone ever again. And it's like the Intuit Dome, SoFi, and the Kia Forum are all within like half a mile of each other right there. So it's just a clusterfuck of shitty parking for sports venues. Like it's just, I'm not excited. I did ask Sergio because I know he's been to SoFi too. I asked him if it was the same app, and it's not. They do their own thing.
Oh, well, I already deleted the app, but I didn't delete my account, but I deleted the app. So yeah,
it was a good time though.
Pretty exciting week.
I'd do it again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that I'm armed with more information, I would,
take the whole day off work and we just go down at 11 a.m.
I would take a purse the size of a wallet, apparently, because that's all that's allowed.
Not take one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I need ID and stuff.
Well, yeah, but you can or I can carry that.
That's fair.
All right. Let's get out of here.
On that note.
Yeah. Wonder what note that was.
Oh, gosh. You can plug socials, any stuff you got going on?
I don't really have a whole lot, but you can follow me on Instagram at Willie_D20. I'm back to the grind every Thursday. Make sure you follow, subscribe, share all of our stuff. Yeah, you?
You can follow me at Eb_Nick on the things. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.